Hi, my name is Kamana and welcome to Holistic Nomads TV, where ancient wisdom and modern science can help you to have more clarity and energy in your life. And today we're looking at question and answer. We're going to get straight into a question and answer from the public, and this one comes from Anonymous in Indonesia. It says, "Hi Zia and Kamana, I just learned about Ayurveda and find your video about Pitta diet. I'm a Pitta person and you mentioned about fermented foods like cheese. But how about kombucha? I brew kombucha and drink it a lot. Trust me, haha. Is kombucha not suitable for Pitta person like me? Thanks in advance." So to be aware, what we're talking about here is the Pitta dominant body type and also Pitta in its aggravated sense in environment too. So Pitta is associated with heat, dampness and humidity. And fermented foods are an example of that same category of life. They're warming through their acidic byproducts in the fermentation. They tend to heat up the body and the digestive system, and especially the blood too. So here we're looking that everybody needs a little bit of fermented foods. They can be good for the bacteria in our gut and can be beneficial. Yet how much and at what times of the year and which people? If someone has a lot of Pitta, they generally don't need to increase their digestive system through more heat. We can think of it as like the tropics. Pitta is more like the tropical heat. And as you're from Indonesia, you're in a tropical area, meaning that fermented foods are not so much needed in that environment. If we look back in traditional culture, there wasn't so many fermented foods that were used a lot within Indonesian food. We could look at tempeh and soy. They would use a tiny amount for something that was very hard to digest, like soybeans, that doesn't digest so well without fermentation. So they use a little bit to help that to be able to be digestible. But if we look at kombucha and what you were saying, kombucha was originally from the north of China, really cold regions. And if we look at where drinks the most alcohol, has the most use of fermented products, it's the northern Scandinavian regions. The further away from the equator, the more we get into fermented foods. Partly this is because it gets cold through the winter and we need to warm the body up and keep the digestive going. And also it's because we needed to ferment to preserve, to be able to survive through the winter on those fermented, preserved foods. Yet if you live in the tropics, most of the year you probably need to cool the body down. You probably need to help the digestion by drawing out excess heat, by drawing out excess humidity, and possibly some bitter things or some good quality, wholesome, sweet fruit may be more beneficial for you. So this is something you'll have to tune into yourself and see how much Pitta is in my body. Do I have any signs of heat in the blood, yellowing in the eyes, any red sort of skin conditions that are going on, any overheating symptoms inside my digestive system or the rest of my body? And if you do have those excess heat systems, then kombucha is not going to be the medicine for that. If you don't have those excess heat, you may be able to have quite a bit of kombucha at certain times of the year. Maybe focus on the cooler times of the year. And also you could add different things to your kombucha if you're brewing it yourself that make it more cooling and suitable for Pitta. So let's say a rose or rosella or coriander seeds. These could be great options to add to your kombucha to make it much more suitable for you. Pomegranate can also work well. Pomegranate, rose, rosella, these could be great options that are cooling, that are available in these parts of the world too. I hope this has been helpful for you. I know it can really help a lot of people, this confusion about fermentation and Pitta, and we've got a lot of hype out at the moment about everyone needs to eat fermented foods for their bacterial health, and it's just not the case. Once we put in good bacteria, if our digestive system is functioning well, they should naturally proliferate and grow themselves through a good healthy diet. We don't need to constantly consume fermented foods in order to have good bacteria. We need to focus on good, healthy, balanced diet that suits your body and your digestion, and your bacteria will naturally grow from that. Different if they've been wiped out through antibiotics or other things, then a little bit can help there. Or if there's strong vata conditions, a cold, dry winter, kombucha could be great for that. So always the classic answer in Ayurveda, it depends. It needs to be suited to you. Hope this has been helpful for you. If there's anything we can help with in the future, if you have a question or anything, then please don't hesitate to ask. We'd love to help you out and give you some direction on where to go with that. You can submit your questions on holisticnomads.com/ask, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel here so we'll notify you when your question's been answered. Great to share with you. Look forward to next time. All the best. Always the classic answer in Ayurveda, it depends. It needs to be suited to you.